Bob, in this Coram Deo course, we're dealing with big topics of the church and the impact of the church on society and living your whole life before the face of God and worldview. And to me, one of the powerful things about the teaching really is this session on seed projects, because it brings it right down and it says, we're going to make these big, powerful ideas very practical. And I'm so thankful to you for developing this teaching that is now being practiced all over the world. Talk about it. Talk about seeds and seed projects.
Sometimes when we think about discipleship, it seems so huge. How am I ever going to get there, you know? And the important thing is beginning, taking a step. You know, I ask the question in this lesson, how do you eat an elephant? Well, one bite at a time.
Right.
How do you take a long journey? One step at a time. How do you become a follower of Jesus? One act of obedience at a time. I think that one of the primary requests of Jesus and following his example is to be a servant. But not to serve on the basis of what is easy. Mm-hmm. Jesus came in Philippians 2 as a servant, but not just a servant, a sacrificial servant. And so what I think the way we begin to make the application of all of the things that we've been studying is, how do we as individuals and as a church sacrificially serve those around us? One bite at a time, mm-hmm. One step at a time, yeah. One small act of service, sacrificial service with our own resources. That's right. At a time.
And the church is to be demonstrating love. This is another thing you teach that I appreciate, Bob.
It's not a project. It needs to be a lifestyle, yeah, ongoing.
And that love is an end in itself.
Yes.
It's not a means to some other end.
Exactly. Yeah.
That this is an end in itself.
Like the seed, and this is one of the things that I've marveled at over the years, you convey this concept. And some of these seed projects, they happen, and there's ongoing things that we don't see. But some of those seeds become things that are like the mustard seed. Right. They become very, very large.
Yep.
But it's the starting with what you have and planting that seed, and then watching what God does.
Exactly. It's watching what God does.
Yep.
It's not what we do.
No.
It's what he does when we are obedient.
Yep.